Is on the better side of an Armageddon, and there we go. But they got to reset the time, so there we go. Hikaru has 4 minutes. Ding has 5.
Yeah.
And
certainly defense. In this match, Black has done very well. So,
oh my God, buckle your seatbelts. Now we're going to have a much slower opening here. Let's not expect anybody to blitz out any moves. There's no increment, though. There is no increment, which means flagging is very much on the table, David.
Did Ding play 1c4 for the first time in this match here? I'm pretty sure.
I think he did, and he just decides to start with a clean slate.
Yeah.
We have a mainline English where Hikaru played e5, kind of a reverse Sicilian vibes.
Yeah.
Hard to give an evaluation yet. I mean, so this is all very normal. Knight coming to c5.
Yeah.
White is a little bit more comfortable in these positions, I've always felt, but...
Oh, yeah. I love playing this opening as white. But Hikaru's looking at bishop h3, so I wonder if Ding wants to play rook f to d1 or something like that before throwing knight c5 in order to dodge the trade with bishop h1. D4.
Yeah. Well, he's doing it a different way, distracting Black first. And I think after e takes d4, he's going to kind of solve 2 problems with 1 move here, playing rook f d1 and hitting that pawn.
But so Hikaru wants to trade on d4 with the knight first before the pawn.
I mouse slipped f5, but it can actually be a serious candidate move. Okay, Hikaru giving the pawn back, but on his own terms.
Okay.
I don't like this position for Black. I mean, Ding has his rook now on the d file.
Looks like Hikaru's like psyching himself up as we get into the meat of this game.
Well, but Black kind of wants bishop f5 in some of these positions, although it can be met with knight h4. Hikaru bringing his pieces back, adopting a more defensive posture.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Oh, Ding missing a fork. He blundered in exchange.
He can't believe it.
Bishop e7. But here's the bright thing. The good thing for Ding is that he might not be worse here, David. He might actually still be in very good shape.
His position was looking amazingly good before that.
Now it's looking good. Now it's still looking good. I think White is still in good shape here, but the psychological effect of he blundered that for sure. You could see it on his face. But now, guess what? He's threatening b7. He wants to take the bishop. Can Hikaru find his way out of the complications here? 2 minutes and 53 seconds.
We have no talk. D7 pawn. The second pawn would be a big deal. Oh,
queen a6. The queen escapes. He's now
honoring his diagonal, though.
But f5 forcing a trade of bishops, that's going to take the teeth out of White's initiative by a big margin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and those knights are discoordinated. They were sitting together, just dominating that 6th rank.
What
the
about
black pieces were just...
Yeah, knight d2. I wanted to propose knight takes f5, but I forgot the knight on d5 was... Knight on b6 was defending d5. Okay.
All right.
2 pawns for the exchange. This is a playable position.
Playable position, yeah. But I think very much defanged. One of the things about those 2 knights in the center was that there were a lot of different scenarios where Ding could have come out with the bishop pair, which I think would have made it like a lot more fun for White to play with the bishop pair when down in exchange.
It would be funny if he had blundered a second exchange also on b4. Hikaru was threatening that on the same square. This time Ding doesn't blunder it. He plays bishop a3. Now he's preserved the time advantage, which is pretty impressive. I would take with a rook here and try to go knight e5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely take with a rook here.
Yep.
He's better again. Queen d3 maybe, just bring the queen back. Yep, consolidating, minute up on the clock.
Wants to avoid rook d8, trading off his material.
Yep.
The knight on b6 has found itself on a very, very unfortunate square now.
Yep, well, that's... And he actually might be traded because Ding might want to get his rook to the 7th rank. Or you could play b4 and solidify the bishop. In either case, White is better, but b4 might give up a2. I don't know if that's necessary.
Yeah.
Bishop d6.
He didn't really have a plan when he played bishop c5, it looks like.
Yeah, kind of a diffident move there by Ding, who I think is trying to keep a pretty significant time advantage. He knows that he's going to get flagged if they get to a time scramble. Rook cd8, Hikaru doing a good job keeping things stable here. And Ding pushing his queenside pawn up, trying to add to the pressure.
That's why he was moving the bishop off a3. He wanted to...
Ooh, rook e4 is a nice move. You can't take it because you're going to lose the bishop at the end of the line.
Right.
Bishop back to c5, and we're going to see a trade of rooks, which generally speaking is fine for Black here.
Yeah, no, it's. I think generally speaking, it's an improvement for Black to get rid of White's only rook. So, but the a pawn, that's like a big target for White right now. That bishop is quite a good piece.
Yeah. Knight. Okay, so Ding going a5. Yeah, he is trying to go for that pawn. I think he wants to play queen a6.
Yeah.
But Hikaru has some way. Does Hikaru have some way to neutralize this initiative? Because the eval bar is showing equality. I don't see it off the top of my head at knight b4. Oh, queen takes a7, takes, and knight c6 maybe.
Okay. And then
maybe Ding should go queen b5.
With rook a8. Wow.
Okay, back to d5. Maybe we'll see a6, just fixing the pawn on a7. I would highly consider that by Ding, and he plays it.
It's too intense. It's too
hard
intense
to play for Hikaru. He is still down a minute on the clock, and now he's got a minute and a half with no increment.
Yeah.
Ding needs to be aware of that, because this might come down to flagging if Ding can keep a time advantage.
That's for sure. And the tension is there for this game to like not have too many more trades.
Yeah, even Hikaru has to take, but Ding is not making any progress. In the meantime, Hikaru has centralized his pieces. He's kind of pressuring a6, and Ding's time advantage is beginning to dwindle.
Right.
This is, I would give Hikaru the benefit of the doubt here. I think he's holding this. Rook c8, chasing the queen around now. He's not worse anymore. And now another queen trade offered. Maybe Ding just takes it. I don't know. No. Bishop a7, knight b4.
Now he can finally take on a7. Before he couldn't because of knight f4 check. This is what he was maneuvering for.
Queen e4 check. But then Ding defends the bishop. Ooh.
Yeah.
And Hikaru has to take more time here. Queen g6 is also an interesting move.
Big choice here. He's still got a minute. He's not out of resources here yet.
Oh, knight b5, knight c7. Takes, knight b5. Hikaru has this move, knight c7. And if knight c6, knight c7 anyway.
Knight c7 anyway, yeah.
And Ding has to flag him here. 1 minute on the clock. Black is obviously not worse anymore, although how do you... Knight b5, knight b4?
This move was tricky. This move was really tricky. He finds it.
Knight b4. What a move.
And he nods, yes.
Knight e7 and b6. Knight e7 and b6. And White's going to be a pawn up in that endgame. Will Ding see it? Will Ding see knight e7 and b6? That is his only chance to keep this endgame going.
He has the time,
but he misses it. He misses it, and he collapses. Rook b7, king f7, king e6.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! But rook a5.
Rook a5.
And what the problem might be, the black is not going to give up the e4 pawn, and in that case, White's not winning that game. Ding overlooked it. Ding missing that tactical shot, which would have given him the chances, and now he doesn't see a move. Hikaru might pull this one out.
I don't see a way to not lose the b pawn for nothing.
You can, and the eval bar is bearing that out. I mean, you can go knight e7, knight c8, but that knight's not remaining on c8. This is essentially the match right here.
That would just trap your own knight. It'll eventually be lost there after the king comes to d7.
I mean, Ding has to give up the pawn and then move the knight around. Hikaru's not losing this game. He's got more time on the clock.
Yeah.
And Ding sitting back, basically admitting defeat. And what a painful match for Ding Liren, who came so close so many times. And what an incredible effort. But at the end of the day, this honestly proves Hikaru's dominance maybe more than any of the crushing matches.
Yeah.
If he can pull a match like this out where it seems like nothing's going his way, that just tells you so much about his ability. And that's it. The match is over. Ding resigns.
Yeah.
And Hikaru Nakamura wins the Armageddon against Ding Liren to make it to the SCC finals. King Clutch, the king of Blitz, coming through yet again, David. What an...